We bring in CBS Sports NBA writer Brad Botkin. And Brad, when you look at this deal that the Nets made with the Knicks, how shocked are you that they were able to get 5 first-rounders, and that's not all of the deal, for a guy who is a really good player, but he's not of the caliber of a Kevin Durant or a Giannis Antetokounmpo, LeBron James?
Yeah, this is a huge haul for the Nets, but oh my God, I'm so juiced about this deal. I'm not a Knicks fan, but just as an NBA guy, this is a fantastic deal for both sides. You're right. To command 5 first-round picks, 4 of them unprotected, 7 picks in total, and a swap for Mikal Bridges in a vacuum seems extreme. How does he get that? But it's the context, because he is so perfect for the New York Knicks. They don't have to compromise their identity. They didn't go out and spend that treasure trove of picks on a star that would take over the identity of the team. Now, they went and they tried to get Donovan Mitchell, but they pulled back at the last second. They kind of made some offers for an Alex Caruso. They have tried other avenues, but they have never gotten so greedy that they didn't wait for the right opportunity, and this is the right opportunity. So in a vacuum, no, Mikal Bridges should not command that kind of bring back. But to the Knicks and what he brings to their team, it is so vital adding him. I just can't overstate this enough, how great of a deal this is for the Knicks. And the Nets benefit from that because the Knicks know that he is worth what they just gave up in the context of this team.
Right. It's all about fit and how does he work in the system. With that being said, Brad, how do you think this elevates the Knicks when it comes to the top dogs of the East? Not the Milwaukee Bucks, the Boston Celtics, right? The Sixers, the Bucks, all those teams. How does that give them a leg up now, adding a guy like Mikal Bridges who is so versatile?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, they are right there. I really, truly believe they just put themselves right there with Boston. I wouldn't have ruled out a healthy Knicks team in this last postseason. This team has built something real, and that, again, that's why I love this kind of pickup, this particular makeup of pickup for the Knicks, because I just can't overstate this enough. If you go out and get a big-name guy, a Paul George, that typically this kind of haul brings in, your whole team changes. You put the ball in the hands of somebody else. Jalen Brunson sort of loses some of that hierarchy. They keep everything that they built in place. Okay, Jalen Brunson keeps the ball. Right now, they still have Julius Randle. He's a guy that still remains a secondary creator. Mikal Bridges, who was sent to the Nets and sort of initially expected to be a 1A type of guy. That is not what Mikal Bridges is meant to do. He was being overtasked in that way. He is a stone-cold killer as your number 2 or 3. Just unbelievable. So everything comes together, and this is the biggest thing. Defense on the perimeter has never been more important. We just saw Boston show that to everyone in the league. They just went out and they shut down Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. They rolled through the playoffs, the Eastern Conference playoffs, and in through the finals because they can smother you all over the place. Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, all these guys can guard the ball, guard multiple positions. You can't switch them into matchups that they can't get away with. There's nobody to hunt. Who are you going to hunt on the New York Knicks right now? They're going to have an elite rim protector, either Mitchell Robinson or Isaiah Hartenstein. They probably won't be able to bring both of them back. Jalen Brunson is underrated as a defender. He is not a weak link. And then assuming they bring back OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, and Josh Hart, you have no holes defensively. You are versatile. You're switchable. This is the blueprint that the Celtics just showed everyone. You have to be able to defend without wounded prey. The opposing opposition can hunt offensively. The Knicks shored everything up here. Just an incredible deal for them.
No, it is amazing, to say the least. Now, you bring up defense, OG Anunoby. I'm glad you brought that up. How likely do you think the Knicks are going to give OG Anunoby what he wants? Because as we've seen, or as we saw in the regular season, he was very impactful for that team. One of the key cornerstones, if you will.
Huge. I mean, I think what they give up for him, 3 picks. So even before this deal, you can't give up 3 picks for a guy for a half of a season and then let him walk for nothing in free agency. And now I just can't see, if you read the tea leaves here, would the Knicks go out and spend 5 first-round picks on Mikal Bridges if he was basically just going to be a switch, for OG Anunoby? It would be a wash. You've been spending 5 first-round picks. You could have just kept Anunoby. They're largely the same player. So, no, I just don't see the Knicks making this deal if they don't have a good idea that they have OG Anunoby in-house. That might mean they have to overpay him a little bit. There have been some reports out there that OG Anunoby knows that he's got the Knicks in some leverage situation here because of what they gave up for him. And now, on top of this deal, they have put themselves in a position where they're going to have to pay OG Anunoby, but I believe they will do it. I can't see any scenario that they go out and spend 5 first-round picks just to replace OG Anunoby. That wouldn't even get them really any closer than they were last year. You'd just be flipping out Anunoby for Mikal Bridges. It's the combination of the two. It's the 2 elite perimeter defenders, i.e. Drew Holiday and Derek White. The combination of those, in addition to the secondary offensive creation and the shooting that you're going to get from Mikal Bridges, that's what takes the Knicks to the next level. So I don't believe there's any way they're going to let OG Anunoby go. I also don't believe they're done. They're going to have to probably trim some salary because they're now hard capped. They probably won't be able to afford Isaiah Hartenstein, who's going to get a big payday himself. And now we can talk about the trickle-down effects and who would be a potential suitor for him. But I think they're going to keep Mitchell Robinson. That'd be my guess. Hartenstein out. Now you've got elite rim protection with elite perimeter defenders around it. And that's what Boston did. I can't say this enough. The blueprint they laid with all those perimeter switchable defenders and then Kristaps Porzingis at the rim backing them up. We saw it with Minnesota, the #1 ranked defense all year, one of the best defenses we've seen in recent memory. Jaden McDaniels, Anthony Edwards, all these guys on the perimeter, dogs on the perimeter. And if you happen to get by them, Rudy Gobert on the back line. And now that's what the Knicks have set up. Dogs on the perimeter that can switch everything, that can pressure the ball. And if you get by them, Mitchell Robinson's waiting for you. So this is I know I'm repeating myself, but this is just an unbelievable deal for the Knicks. And for the Nets, too, they're going to tank the next couple of years.
Yep.
And they have got, I'm going to have to count them up, but they probably have more picks or at least somewhat in the ballpark as OKC now. They've piled up picks. It's a hard reset for them. Good deal. And to get this many picks for Mikal Bridges, they took advantage of the context of the Knicks and the fact that he was so valuable to them in this particular moment on this particular team. And they got a huge haul for him coming back. So, I mean, this is just a big win for both sides.
It certainly is one of the best deals the Nets front office has made, and the Knicks as well, as you talk about with the defense for the Knicks. It also gives them more depth, right? So Tom Thibodeau doesn't have to run his guys as much as he used to in the past. Love it for both of them. As you said, Brad Botkin, we appreciate your time and your fiery and entertaining analysis.
No problem.
And look at this, right? Mikal Bridges talking about come to the Nets. And then, this was a couple weeks ago, by the way, and Josh Hart responds, "Are you okay? If they have you hostage, just blink and we'll save you." Well, they saved him, right? Because he's now with the New York Knicks and linking up with Josh Hart, Dante DiVincenzo, and Jalen Brunson.